Hello, welcome back to the Gravitational Theories. So today, me and Gimmer are going to discuss the theory I have about the game Scars Above, why I believe that the game is a dream, hallucination, or vision of the future. Essentially put, the game Scars Above is about Kate Ward having a dream, hallucination, or vision of the future. So we're going to discuss that, and I hope you enjoy, and it'll be really good. So here we go. So, why Scars Above is a dream, hallucination, or a vision of the future. So to start off, here's some backstory on the game to get you up to speed in case you never played the game or it's been a while since you played it. Essentially, in the game, Dr. Kate Ward is the main protagonist in the fictional sci-fi game called Scars Above, which follows a scientist named Kate Ward as her and her crew are sent by humanity to investigate an unidentified object that has arrived in Earth's orbit from beyond the stars. However, upon investigating the object, Kate and her crew are transported light years across space and are shipwrecked on a mysterious alien world inhabited by mysterious, however monstrous, somewhat grotesque-looking creatures. So, Kate has to figure out how she got there, what happened to her crew, and unlock the secrets of the alien world. So, now that you're all caught up, here are the reasons why I believe the game Scars Above is a dream, hallucination, or vision of the future. So, here we go. Number 1. As Kate and her crew near the alien object, they enter a vortex which pulls their ship into a gravitational lock. As their ship gets pulled into the vortex, Kate starts slipping out of consciousness as she loses focus on her surroundings, as if the alien object has mesmerized her mind, somehow mental projections and or voices. She's blacked out and then wakes up alone on an alien world. Number 2. Kate wakes up on an alien world and doesn't know or understand why she's there or how she got there. Similar to when you dream, for instance, when you're starting a dream, your mind throws you into a situation in your dream that you don't know how or why you're there. All you know is that you're there now. Another reason is Kate and her crew can breathe the air. It's an oxygen-rich planet just fine and are completely climatized to the environments of the planet immediately. And except for a coat in the cold and snow environments, Kate and her crew don't need any assistance technology-wise breathing or surviving in the planet's environments, for none of them are beyond what Kate and her crew can manage. No inhabitably hostile environments, for example. Similar to a dream in the sense that when you're dreaming, you're instantly climatized to the environments in which you're in your dreams. And you can breathe just fine, although most times in your dreams, you don't even notice if you're breathing or not, unless you're scared and breathing deeply, or for some reason you can't breathe. Number 4. Kate can die an infinite number of times, and this is credited to her dying when her ship, the Hermes, crash landed on the planet, and the ghost of one of the head alien scientists, I forget her name, used her alien technology to bring Kate back to life and somehow link Kate's life force to the planet, which, if Kate died, for instance, her life force would be captured in the atmosphere of the planet and rerouted back into physical matter form through the use of pillars, alien technology, and essentially create a clone of Kate, and Kate's life force from her original body that was captured when she died would be re-injected into the clone of her to reanimate her so she could complete her mission of being the antagonist of the game. He's a machine. This kind of reminds me of that Doctor Strange movie where Doctor Strange should only defeat the Dark God by putting himself into an infinite loop in order to defeat the Dark God by exhausting him to death, therefore forcing the God into a mutual peace agreement with something. So this aspect of an infinite time loop or keep restoring a person can happen in a dream or even a video. So it can also be this perpetual work, trapped in the eternal spell. And this kind of reminds me of the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. Next reason. Kate was the only one who died in the crash and everyone else escaped unharmed. I don't know. This is just too much of a coincidence to ignore. The story in Scars Above being a dream or hallucination could possibly explain this as some endgame for Kate or the aliens to make Kate think she died. However, if she didn't die, then how did she get separated from her crew? And if she didn't die, then how can the pillars keep reanimating her body once she died, and spirit when she dies? But if the story is not a dream or hallucination and Kate survived alongside everyone else, then how come she woke up alone for miles with the bulk of her ship's wreckage hundreds of miles from the location where she woke up, along with her crew who was hundreds and hundreds of miles away from the location in which she woke up? Did she fall out of the ship? Did the ship hit the ground and bounce several hundred miles until it came to a stop? Well, if that's so, how did Kate's crew all survive that unharmed? And then there's how come when Kate arrived at the location of her ship and crew, minus the captain, all the wreckage was in one spot and the ship was right side up with no miles long trail of debris like you'd have the ship bounce? And how did the ship get to its final resting place, yet Kate was so far from it and her crew? Did her crew see Kate was dead, leave her, and drag the ship hundreds of miles to its final resting place? Kind things impossible with the sheer size, weight, and amount of ship parts that were, and again, no trail of debris for miles. So when you take all this into consideration, I don't know, a dream or hallucination would easily explain it away, but with little to no information revealed about these concepts in the game, well, your guess is as good as mine. And finally, Kate can take on and defeat any opponent, survive any environment, use any weapon, operate any and all vehicles and machinery without any proper training whatsoever. Remember, she's a scientist, not a soldier or a survivalist. She's trained in science and science-type skills, not in hand-to-hand combat and or environmental survival. This concept is like when you're dreaming you can do things you wouldn't normally be able to do if you were awake, because in a dream you're not bound to a strange reality. And Kate being able to do all these things when she has no formal training on how to, well, the game being a dream or hallucination would definitely explain this concept. So there you have it. All the reasons why, and I'll think of more later, as to why I believe Scars Above game is about a dream or hallucination or a vision of the future. But that's just me. So now, you could chop all these reasons up to be nothing more than just gameplay mechanics for the sake of creating a game and story in the game. For in most games, the air is breathable to the protagonists and even the enemies. And the protagonists and even the enemies can use any vehicle, weapons, and armaments that they need to get through the missions in the game with no skill whatsoever or training. And also, in most games, the protagonists and even the enemies are climatized to any and all environments and none are too hostile for the protagonists or the enemies to survive in. And these and many other reasons can be chopped up to nothing more than just gameplay mechanics and how games work for the sake of telling a story and making a game. So, and for all games have potholes in them and things that don't make sense, they simply exist because that's just how games work, that's the mechanics, that's how they're made for the sake of telling a story and making a game. And that's it. Simply just gameplay mechanics, and all games have potholes in them and things don't make sense when you think about it. And that's it. But anyways, in the end, I'm merely asking the question, what if? What if the game Scars Above is merely just about Kate Ward having a dream, hallucination, or vision of the future? And that's it. I'm merely asking the question, what if? So, it's an interesting theory, and one I had a lot of fun coming up with, so I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.
Personal log. Mission Specialist Kate Ward. Sentient Contact Assessment and Response Team. We always wondered if we're alone in the universe. We observed and explored, but found nothing. Until now.